take a moment to thank them and their families of the students for the countless hours that they have spent to support their children and the program. Their dedication has helped to provide the excitement and memories for all of us and a great reminder of what LCHS stands for. Tonight we're here to honor our senior students from the following programs of the marching band, the dance team, the cheer squad, and our random basketball programs. These young men and women have committed themselves to their individual programs, and their hard work, dedication, and compassion have helped to build a tradition for everyone here at LCHS and the entire community of Lincoln. We are so very proud of each and every one of them. Each and every one of you would like to say thank you at this time, and thank you for the past 4 years. Good luck tonight, and go Railers. And again, our thanks going out to the parents for sharing your children with us. The future is a little brighter knowing that these young people are both professionals in the classroom as well as in their extracurricular activities. We will go ahead and begin with tonight's senior night recognition. We will start with members of the Lincoln Community High School Band. 4-year member of the band, Laura Centers, and parents Chris Centers and Tim Centers. Member of the band for 4 years, Caleb Franklin, and parents Ryan Ross Ladage and Nick Ladage. Four-year member of the band, Samantha Lewis, and parents Bill and Betsy Lewis. Member of the band for 3 years, Hunter McKinney, parents Sherry McKinney. Four-year member of the band, Catherine Van Slamrock, and her parent, Katie Van Slamrock. And now we move on to our senior members of the dance team. 4-year member of the dance team, Grace Bob, and parents Katie Williamson and Michael Bob. Three-year member of the dance team, Audrey Dennison, and parents Chad and Carrie Dennison. Dance team member for 4 years, Paige Langley, and parents Dan and Lori Langley. Member of the dance team for 4 years, Grace Montgomery, and parents John and Bonnie Montgomery. We now move on to our regular cheerleaders. 4-year member of the cheer squad, Casey Bennett, and parents Christopher and Leslie Bennett and Kristen Bennett. Four years on the cheer squad, 4 years in the band, Shannon Cabot, and parents Jim and Colleen Cabot. A 4-year cheerleader, Olivia Cady, and parents Julie Cady and Steve Cady.
Oh, we can probably hit it whenever you're ready.
3 years on the cheer squad, Haley Ellis, and parents Amanda Hutchison and Chad Ellis. A member of the cheer squad for 4 years, Jessica Patterson, and parents John and Laura Patterson. Cheerleader for 3 years, Ashton Rodriguez, and parents Dax and Amy Rodriguez. And now we move on to members of the regular basketball program. A 3-year member of the basketball program, Wyatt Collier, and parents Todd and Jamie McAllister. Four-year member of the basketball team, Jermaine Hamlin, and parents Steve and McKenna
Hamlin. Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. And I'm your host, Josh Komnick. And we're in Lincoln as the Railers get ready to take on the Panthers from Decatur, Eisenhower. In just a moment, I'll be joined by Loyd Kirby as we break down tonight's matchup. We thank you for joining us on the home of every Lincoln Railer contest this season, WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.
The Panthers and the Railers here on a non-conference schedule.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, a round of applause for these fine student athletes and their parents. Thank you very much for the hours of dedication you commit to the Railer basketball program. Thank you for the excitement and thank you for the memories. Always know that you will always have a home here at Lincoln Community High School, and we wish all of you the best in your future.
For 4 years, and Virat Patel, as well as a student manager here for the Lincoln Community High School basketball program. So a little recognition for all of those seniors. It has wrapped up here, so here real shortly we'll be getting the warm-up started here for the Railers and the Panthers.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could keep your
here from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be back here in just a couple minutes.
We have one more final recognition.
You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Club would like to congratulate Coach Sander for being in 3rd place for most wins, for overall school wins in IHSA basketball history, and in 1st place in public school wins all time on the IHSA coaching win list. Coach L moved into sole possession of 3rd place with 827 wins on February 9th. Congratulations to Hall of Fame coach Neil Alexander.
Much needed.
Where's your tray?
Don't forget water and hot water. You hear me?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, go ahead and pull out your 50-50 tickets for tonight. We will go ahead and announce tonight's winning 50-50 ticket number. And if you do have that number, please take it to the entryway just in front of the gym doors. We'll present you with your winnings. And that winning ticket for tonight, 948-7.
Have been recognized for their years in the Palms, years in the band, cheerleaders, and of course the basketball members and the
Please take it to the entryway just in front of the gym doors. We'll present you
student managers. As we had a couple basketball players, Wyatt Collier and Jermaine Hamlin, being recognized for their Wyatt Collier 3 years in the basketball program, and Jermaine Hamlin 4 years in the program, as well as student managers Evan Ewens and Bharat Patel. Josh Komnick, along with Loyd Kirby here in the Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. The Railers come to the contest here 23-3, 11-1, champions of the Apollo Conference for back-to-back years for the Railers. The Panthers from Eisenhower come to the contest at 9-17 on the year and 5-10 in the Central State 8. And Loyd, not only were the seniors just honored, but Coach Alexander just honored for him becoming third all-time in Illinois high school coaches and the #1 in public school wins. So Coach with a little more recognition as the wins keep piling up for him. The awards just keep coming as well.
Yeah, he obviously Lincoln has a history of strong boys basketball history and strong coaches with Coach Alexander and Coach Wallace, Coach Duncan Reed, and on back. So another feather in the cap that I think you can ask Coach Alexander about it after the game, and we'll be lucky to get a 10-second answer out of him, and he'll want to turn the focus on the kids and the seniors and the game here tonight, as well as the upcoming regional matchup. So it's, of course, he'll credit his players, he'll credit his assistants, he'll credit everyone, but the common denominator in all of those things is the fact that Coach Alexander is the one driving the bus and making things happen. So certainly well-deserved recognition for him.
Yeah, I've been doing it a long time, and when you got the dedication of what Railer fans are used to with our players and our program, and what this Railer Nation almost expects anymore, he's been able to pile up a bunch of wins here as the head basketball man for the Railers. And Loyd talked about that regional matchup, and of course that's in the books now. The Railers will take on the winner of Lanphier and Clinton over in the Clinton Maroons Regional, and that will take place, I believe, a week from this Tuesday. Am I correct there, Loyd?
That is correct. Yep.
Have you got a time and all that?
I believe it's 7 o'clock. I believe it's 7 o'clock.
Since they went to one game per night,
right?
So the IHSA can make more money, so that people don't stay over and watch the next game.
Yeah.
I think every game is at 7 o'clock now, where they used to play 2 in one night,
right?
And you'd have that 6 and 7:30 or whatever it may be. But now, since they make it an all-week event, there'll be games at Monday, which is the play-in game against Clinton and Lanphier. So the Railers, not quite sure who they'll play, although the clear-cut favorite, I would think, would be Lanphier on that Monday night.
Well, you would think so, but I believe the seedings are flipped. I believe Clinton's number 6 and Lanphier is number 10, but all sorts of factors. I don't know the voters in the seeding meeting, if they just looked at records or strength of schedule or the opponents. A lot of things that go into those seedings, but as always, they'll play it out on the court, and the best team will advance, and that's who the Railers will face.
Yeah, a week from this Tuesday over in Clinton. So get ready for a couple games here before the end of the season here on senior night tonight, of course. And then next Friday, the Railers travel to Normal West to conclude the regular season. 16 minutes here in the warm-ups between the Panthers and the Railers. We're going to kick it back to the studio and take a break here. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. for the final one here from Lincoln Community High School in the 2018-19 season. The Railers take on the Panthers from Decatur, Eisenhower. The Railers, champions of the Apollo Conference with a record of 11-1 on the season, 23-3 overall. The Panthers come to the contest 9-17 on the season and 5-10 in Central State 8 play. Last night, Eisenhower concluded their Central State 8 season with a win over Rochester, 61-48, and the Railers fell here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, ending their 12-game winning streak, but to the hands of Taylorville on a last-second three-pointer, 44-41. Josh Komnick along with Loyd, Kirby, and Zach Lucan's going to be taking care of the camera duties. No, Loyd cannot do the play-by-play and the camera. He's a man of many talents, but he's not going to be able to man the camera tonight, so Zach's going to take over, and Loyd is going to be taking the play-by-play duties and hopefully get back on another winning streak, Loyd. You know that we had a 12-game winning streak, hadn't lost since December the 29th back in Collinsville. You've been to a lot of the games here, Ray, almost every one of them, providing the video footage for the Railers. Be interested to see how we bounce back after a loss. It's been a while since we've had one. Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned Eisenhower's record only 9-17, but they appear, just watching them go through warm-ups, very athletic team, very quick team, it appears. And the Railers, as you said, Josh, it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back. Do they come out on fire with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and feel like they need to prove the last night's loss was a fluke, or do they come out with the wind out of their sails? So it'll be interesting to see. And just a quick plug, of course, those of you who are listening on the radio, you can also watch the game live, streaming live on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and search WLCN 96.3, you'll be able to pick up our live stream there. And tweet us a picture at WLCN Sports. We got a few interesting ones last night. Someone watching on the train, as well as some people beaming it to their big screen TVs at home. So good to see that the games are getting out there. Hopefully tonight we'll be able to bring you a victory rather than last night's heartbreaking loss. Yeah, I think you mentioned when we did the Carroll Catholic State Championship game, there was 104 or something like that viewers, which is excellent. Yeah, at one single time. We had a total number, people tuning in and tuning out earlier, but for a single time, and last night's game, actually, the Taylorville game, at the end of the game, we hit triple digits again. Okay, so the word is getting out there, and people are looking. Of course, that doesn't match the atmosphere here. Right, especially last night. Oh, yeah, absolutely. The student section was pumped. The paying, the adult fans section for both sides was pretty darn close to full, so it was a great atmosphere. But again, if something prevents you from getting here, whatever it may be, you can hop on YouTube, search WLCN 96.3, and then you should see one of the windows of the videos there is labeled live, and if you click on that, you'll be able to tune in and see tonight's contest between the Railers and the Decatur Eisenhower Panthers. So basically what you're saying is you're telling Zach he's got to be on his A game, right? Yeah, exactly. We send out the links through the social media, through the WLCN Sports Facebook page, as well as through the WLCN Sports Twitter. We posted in the We Are Railer Nation group, so people find out, they hop on, they'll comment about plays and videos, send us pictures of watching the game, so it just adds another dimension to the whole Railer basketball experience. Absolutely, and a great one it is. And the Railers were in full force. Railer Nation was in full force last night as this place was near capacity and filling up here nicely for senior night here from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium with the Panthers from Eisenhower and the Railers from Lincoln. We're going to take another break, 9 minutes and 50 seconds. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. show. Railers getting set for the Eisenhower Panthers on senior night here from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. Two senior basketball players recognize Wyatt Collier, a 3-year basketball member, and Jermaine Hamlin, a 4-year basketball member. Also, senior student assistant Evan Ewens and Virat Patel also honored. Those two guys have done a lot of work for Coach Alexander in this basketball program, as all of our student assistant managers have throughout the years, and they're just as important to our program as our players are. And those guys were just out there a couple minutes ago, along with Wyatt and Jermaine, along with their band members, the Palms, and also the cheerleaders here on the last home game of the 2018-19 season. Of course, the Railers will be on the road Friday night in Normal, taking on the Wildcats of Normal West. That will be the last regular season game. And then, as we talked earlier, our first-round regional matchup will be a week from this Tuesday over in Clinton. The Clinton Maroon Regional, they will be taking on the winner of the game before that, which will be Clinton and Lanphier. From what we've heard, Lanphier is probably the favorite in that, so it could be an old rivalry renewed, Loyd, that the Railers and the Lions meet up. Obviously, we can't get too far ahead of ourselves with that, but just based on past history and maybe records-wise even too, Lanphier will be nice to get them back and play those guys again. Yeah, maybe. I hope it is anyway.
Yeah, that would be a little bit of nostalgia there. Another chapter to the rivalry, as you said, between Lincoln and Lanphier. But you're right. You don't want to put the cart before the horse, I guess is the saying, and need to take care of that first. See how that first game goes. So it'll be an interesting matchup. Lincoln, as you mentioned, had the 12-game winning streak snapped last night against Taylorville. As we mentioned earlier, again, it'll be interesting to see how the team comes out tonight. I think the first few minutes will be critical for Lincoln in terms of wanting to establish sort of a aggressiveness and see how they're going to go tonight.
As Loyd said, the Railers' 12-game win streak was snapped by the hands of Taylorville last night on a last-second three-pointer. The Railers fell 44-41 here at Roy S. The Railers look to get back on a win streak starting tonight here on senior night from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. That's going to wrap it up for us here on the pregame show. After a word from our sponsors, Loyd and I will be back here in Lincoln to bring you the play-by-play action as the Railers take on the Panthers from Eisenhower. As always, a big thank you goes out to all our sponsors. It's been the Josh Komnick, Brown Incorporated, and Snyder Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Kirby, joined by Josh Komnick and Zach Lucan, our videographer for this evening, as the Lincoln Railsplitters are getting set to take on the Panthers of Decatur, Eisenhower. I want to thank everyone listening on WLCN 96.3 FM, listening on the Mixler app, and feel free to tune in on our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and search WLCN 96.3 and you can see live streaming video of tonight's contest along with the play-by-play and color commentary. We've got just about a minute and a half left on the court for warm-ups. It is senior night here at Lincoln Community High School as the 23-3 Lincoln Railers are getting set to take on the 9-17 Decatur Eisenhower Panthers. And Josh, as we talked about in the pregame, Lincoln losing a heartbreaker last night on a last-second three-pointer, 44-41 at the hands of Taylorville to not only break their 12-game winning streak, also break their unbeaten record in the Apollo Conference. So could be an interesting night to see how Lincoln responds.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think you hit it right on the head earlier, Loyd. Are they going to come out and really prove a point that? Not necessarily that it was a fluke last night, because Taylorville, I think, has a good basketball team. We have a really good shot of meeting up with them again over in Clinton for the regional championship. But I think it's a point to where the Railers just didn't play as well as I thought they could have, or didn't do some things that they can be better at. And I think Coach said it well too. We've kind of been flirting with that danger a little bit for the last about a week or 2 weeks when we've gotten some close wins. We haven't guarded the three-point line very well lately, and that hurt us in Mattoon. Although the Railers were able to escape with a win, but last night was just couldn't get past that.
Yeah, exactly.
And they had the last, kind of like when Brady gets the last possession, he's going to score it. Taylorville had the last possession last night.
That's exactly right. Coach Alexander said it on one of the post-game shows that anytime you have a winning streak like that, there's a little bit of luck involved. And we're getting ready for the national anthem here at Lincoln Community High School, so we will send it back to our studios for a commercial break, and we will come back with the starting lineups.
And in honor of the many thousands of men and women who have served our nation and continue to serve our nation today, we ask you to please rise and face the colors of the flag. Gentlemen, remove your hats. We also invite all veterans and active members of the military to salute the flag as we present our national anthem.
High school band getting set here for the starting lineups.
Let the players play. Let the coaches coach.
Done by Mr. Cameron Kurtz over there on press row. Railers getting set to take on the Panthers from Decatur Eisenhower. The Railers 23-3 on the season, Apollo Conference champions with a record of 11-1 on the season. The Eisenhower Panthers coming at 9-17 and 5-10 in Central State 8 play. Of course, they've joined the Central State 8 just a couple of years ago. Loyd, and I think have held their own for the most part. Probably been middle of the pack as they may have expected when they joined.
Yeah, I would think so. They always seem to have a very quick team, a very athletic team, always play hard. The Railers had some success against them, but as you said, they've definitely more than held their own in the Central State 8 Conference.
Yeah, they've been able to sneak up on a couple people and shock them with a couple upsets as I was looking through their schedule. The starting lineup first for the Eisenhower Panthers is number 1, 5'11", junior London Cook.
5'11" junior Cameron Rowe.
Looks like Eisenhower forgot to come out of the locker room for the starting lineups. Number 2 is a 5'11" guard, junior Cameron Rowe.
Number 12, 6 foot and a senior.
Another guard, freshman, 6 foot, whereas the number 3 is Brylan Phillips.
Sophomore R.J. Walker.
And the other guard, a senior, 6 foot, whereas the number 12 is Trent Whitlow. And rounding out the starting 5 for Mr. Rodney Walker, I believe is his son, number 23, a 6'2" sophomore guard, R.J. Walker.
So lots of youth on the Eisenhower team, only one senior and a freshman and several juniors. So there's 2 juniors and a sophomore, so it looks like they will have a pretty bright future ahead as well.
Yeah, not a bad sophomore team earlier that we saw. The Railers were victorious tonight in that sophomore game, 47-34. Now the starting lineup for your 23-3 Lincoln Railsplitters here on senior night. We'll see if they do a couple things different here. First out is number 24, one of the 2 seniors for the Railers, 6'1", forward, number 24, Wyatt Collier. His running mate, the other senior on the Railer roster, is the big man in the middle for Coach Neil Alexander, 6'10", and a senior wears the number 34, Jermaine Hamlin. Next out, the guy that had 11 rebounds, the point guard, a sophomore, 5'10", wears the number 3, is Dylan Singleton. Leading scorer for the Railers at 15 points per game, 6'2", and a junior, number 5, Caden Crowley. The leading scorer from a night ago, 6 foot, and a junior, number 2, Cameron Whiteman. And the last 2 starters for tonight's game, number 23, a 6'3" junior, Will Ewald. Of course, under the direction of Mr. Neil Alexander, the number 3 coach in career wins in the state of Illinois, and the top spot for Coach Alexander for wins by a public school in the state of Illinois. He was honored tonight, as along were the seniors, with the game ball in a glass case square.
So we're getting ready to tip it off here. Decatur Eisenhower in their black uniforms, the away uniform. Lincoln, of course, in the home whites. And this tip-off, of course, brought to you by Gymnasium, Ford Lincoln Mercury on the west side of Lincoln. Wishing the seniors well, and good luck to the Railer basketball program in the postseason. It's a great time for a new or pre-owned vehicle. Call Gymnasium at 217-732-2111 or visit them online at gymnasium.com.
Yeah, not sure if that's a normal thing that Eisenhower does when they don't come out for the starting lineups, but Coach Rodney Skywalker thought that might be a helpful plan for him tonight.
Well, there have been teams in the past who kept their teams in the locker room just because they weren't used to all the
hoopla.
The hoopla. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Pandemonium.
As Eisenhower controls the kick, misses a 3-pointer. Now Lincoln has the ball on its side. Hamlin down low, going against 3 Eisenhower players, and he is whistled for traveling. And more importantly, perhaps, he looked like he may have tweaked his ankle a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's something that was bothering him. Remember last night he had tweaked it a little bit as well.
Right. He did leave the game momentarily last night, so we'll see how that plays out. Eisenhower with the ball facing the Lincoln zone. They've got it up top now. Looks like they're going to pretty much stay away from the middle, keep everything out.
Still have a size advantage on Eisenhower tonight. They are small at the guard position, and really what they would call a forward is not very big as well.
They've got some good-sized safeties, but
number 12 is well put together, but he's only 6 foot.
Right. So their tallest player on the roster is 6'4". They do get it inside. Hamlin promptly swats the shot away. Kirby brings the ball down now, guarded by 2 Panthers. Gets the ball back. Now in the corner, that is Singleton for a 3-point attempt. Rolls in and out. Panthers with the rebound. Brylan Phillips brings it up now against Lincoln. Shot in the corner on the way from Eisenhower. London Cook, no good. Now Eisenhower grabs the rebound, resets. Get it back into the corner. Now back out front. Cameron Rowe has it. Eisenhower looks to work against the Lincoln zone.
Yeah, Eisenhower looked to really push the basketball with Phillips, a freshman, and he got it up and got a couple of shots, but not able to get anything to go.
Yeah, partial deflection, or at least altered the shot there by Cameron Whiteman. Lincoln with the ball now. Ewald on the wing with it. He's guarded closely. Now back up top. Now back over to Ewald. They close in on him quickly. Hamlin in the corner. Gets it back out top. Cameron Whiteman with a Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer to give Lincoln a 3-0 advantage.
Yeah, nice skip pass there by Jermaine. Caught it in the short porch area, and then it was a beeline pass. A nice guy to have to be able to throw the skip pass at 6'10", probably well over 7'4" with that wingspan, and bullet pass up to Cameron. And Whiteman was one of the lone bright spots from the perimeter last night.
Shot on the way, no good by Eisenhower. Lincoln controls the rebound. They look to push. Caden Proby with it in the front court. He is stopped by an Eisenhower defender. Now Singleton has it. Tries to pass it across the way. It's stolen by Eisenhower. They get it up. Get the layup good by London Cook. And it's 3-2, Lincoln on top. Lincoln looking to work with it. Eisenhower knocks it away.
Yeah, I got to find a way to get that ball in the middle. Right now they've got a couple guys around Jermaine, and then the rest of the 3 for Eisenhower really spread out around the perimeter. We've got to find a way to get that into Dillon.
Yeah, Jermaine obviously has a big size advantage if they can just get it in there. And again, Singleton handed out front on defense. Now, Kirby has had it trapped momentarily. Now they get it in the corner. Now back to Ewald. He loads up for a 3.
Yeah.
And that's a good sign for Lincoln fans.
Absolutely right.
Ewald had kind of a cold night last night, but he starts tonight with a 3-pointer, a Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer, to give Lincoln a 6-2 advantage.
Yeah, just 1 of 10 for Will last night. That big one was in the 4th quarter. That was a bright spot.
And a little shake and bake underneath from Eisenhower as Brylan Phillips gets the layup to go down. So it's 6-4 now in favor of Lincoln. Lincoln with it in front court. Roby loads up for a 3-pointer. No good off the back of the rim. Singleton tracks it down. Now he drives in, kicks it back out to Ewald. Another 3-pointer attempt. Rattles out, no good. Batted around. Eisenhower comes out with it. Now they're looking to push it. Now they stop and pop on the jumper. Just off the backboard, no good. Lincoln controls the rebound. 4 minutes left, 6-4, Lincoln on top.
Yeah, you're really yet for Jermaine to get any kind of a good touch down low, Loyd.
Yeah, it's a very, very swarming defense. As soon as the guards have it for Lincoln, they're met by 1 or 2 Eisenhower defenders up top as Singleton
with another offensive rebound. He had 6 of those. Steal by Froby with a tip from.
And now Froby loads up for a 3-pointer and gets it. That's our 3rd State Farm, Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer as Caden Froby nails the jumper in the corner.
Yeah, credit Singleton with a lot of that hectic nature up on the top of that 1-2-2. He was able to tip it away, whereas Singleton was able to, Froby was able to corral it, kind of kicked it back to Singleton, went back to Froby for 3, and then again Singleton on the offensive rebounds, Loyd. He had 11 rebounds last night, 5 of them offensive, and he's back at it again. I think he's got 3 rebounds already tonight, and he was going against some of the bigger guys, which aren't big for Eisenhower, but man, he's just active under there.
Yeah, he's constantly moving, has a good nose for the ball. He's our 3rd leading rebounder at 3.4 rebounds per game coming into tonight's contest. Jermaine leads the way, of course, with 6.3. Caden Froby with 3.6. Then Singleton with 3.4. Had a 30-second timeout there by Eisenhower. 11-4 is the Lincoln lead. Eisenhower looks to regroup, trying to run some offense here against the Lincoln zone. Now they've got it up top, looking kind of a weave-looking offense here. Now it's stolen away by Singleton up top. Got it. Railers have numbers. Now he stops, gets it to Ewald in the corner. He passes up on the three-pointer, gets it out top. Now Whiteman. Now Ewald in the corner again. Back to Singleton. Railers with the ball on the perimeter playing catch. There's Froby with the ball to Germain. Got it underneath, but went against three defenders. Couldn't draw iron. Now Eisenhower has it. They get it down court quickly for a three-point attempt, which bounces over the top of the backboard. So with running clock, it's 11-4 in favor of.
Not a 30-point win, victory already, is it?
No, I don't think so. And
point spread.
Railers with the ball now, and Froby is fouled out on the perimeter. First foul of the ball game. That one is R.J. Walker. First foul for him, first foul for Eisenhower.
Yeah, it's still a little bit of a struggle right now for the Railers to get it into Germain. We've been able to get it to him a couple times, but it's been off balance, and Germain really yet to get settled in down low on the post.
Yeah, whenever he gets in there, there's at least two and usually three defenders around him. Froby tried to inbound the pass to him there, and it was knocked away. Eisenhower had it. Had a shot attempt swatted away by Hamlin off the glass. Now Lincoln looks to do something offensively. Again, looking around the perimeter here, looking to try and get it into Germain. Trying to reverse the ball now. Froby gets it out top. To Singleton to Whiteman. Pass into Hamlin, back to Whiteman. Shot on the way, no good. Rebounded out of there by Eisenhower. London Cook gets it up front. Down court, and now Eisenhower with the shot in the corner, which is good by R.J. Walker, a three-pointer. So that makes the Lincoln lead 4 now at 11-7. Lincoln looks to extend its lead now. Singleton with the ball working against man-to-man this time by Eisenhower.
Yeah, we got to go right to Germain here.
And Germain, they did get the entry pass down to Hamlin. Working against a much shorter 6'1" defender, Malachi Carson. Carson fouled Hamlin in the act of, or on his way to the basket before the shot, so Railers inbound the ball from underneath their own basket. 11-7 with 1:25 left in the first quarter. Now Eisenhower switches back to his zone, and a wide, just a bit outside pass from Whiteman across court to Singleton.
Major league, wasn't it?
A little bit. So, yeah, Lincoln just not really able to get into any kind of a rhythm yet here offensively. Credit that to the swarming defense of Eisenhower.
Yeah, 1-3-1, I think Eisenhower throws when they go to zone, and something you don't normally see a lot of at any level. It's a hard defense to go against, especially mimic in practice. So, as you said, it might take a few possessions here, maybe even a quarter to get our motion and our zone offense a little used to that.
And we are 1 minute left in the first quarter here. Lincoln with the possession after a missed Eisenhower shot. So looks like Lincoln looking to run some offense, cutting some people through the lane now. Now it's Singleton, gets it underneath to Hamlin. Now goes out of bounds. Errant pass from Hamlin over to Landon Hollinger. So with 42.5 seconds left, Eisenhower will inbound the ball.
Yeah, it looked like Germain was trying to throw it to Froby. Froby cut, but then Landon was there and tried to almost catch it off the short hop on the bounce and tried to do it with one hand, and that didn't work out too well. So turnover for the Railers here gives a chance for Eisenhower to score.
Eisenhower with the ball. They're letting the air out of the ball a little bit here. 25 seconds left. Railers will have the first possession of the second quarter, barring a held ball here before the end of the first quarter. Eisenhower now with 15 seconds left. Got it up top now. Railers still in that zone, extending a little bit. Singleton moves out front. Is called for a foul on the body against, I believe it was against, the foul was against Singleton as Phillips was trying to handle the ball. 9.7 seconds left. Eisenhower inbounds the ball just over midcourt. That's Phillips with it now. Phillips facing Singleton. Puts a shot up, no good. And that will be the end of the first quarter as a long shot from Frobe falls short. So after one quarter, it is the Lincoln Railers 11, Decatur Eisenhower Panthers 7. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this. High school as the Lincoln Railers lead the Decatur Eisenhower Panthers 11-7, just beginning second quarter play. Railers with the ball, they try to lob play underneath to Hamlin. He missed two shots, finally grabbed underneath by Singleton, another offensive rebound. And finally Dylan Singleton with second or third offensive rebound there.
He's just patting those stats. He got it up on the bankboard a couple times, and Dylan just as high up as any Panther there.
So that makes the lead 11-7 in favor of Lincoln. Eisenhower looking to do something with it now. Ball in the corner now. Cook had it, passed up a three-pointer. Now it is R.J. Walker with the three-point attempt. Rolls off the rim, no good, taken by Frobe. Frobe gets it to Singleton. Lincoln looks to set up its offense now. Now it's Lincoln with it. Frobe on the wing, gets it over. Now they get it over to Hollinger, and now back to Ewald. Singleton with it up front. Now they get it in to Hamlin on the block. He looks to move offensively, and we have a foul whistled against Brylan Phillips of Eisenhower. That will be his first foul as Hamlin looked to try and maneuver underneath with the dribble move.
Yeah, a little bit of a size advantage there.
Just a little bit as Frobe gets it back in the corner on the out-of-bounds play and promptly connects for a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer.
Yeah, Frobe really looking to shoot the three tonight. He's been a guy that has gone to the hole much of the season. Not that he doesn't shoot some threes, but tonight I think 4 attempts already for Frobe with a couple makes.
Yeah, Frobe does have 2 three-pointers, 6 points for Lincoln, as Eisenhower looks to do something offensively, and we have a foul whistled against Lincoln. He goes against Hamlin, hits his first foul. No foul trouble to speak of yet. Singleton has one, Hamlin has one. As we are early in the second quarter, 16-7. Lincoln leads Decatur Eisenhower. Remember, you can watch the game live on our YouTube stream. Go to youtube.com, search for WLCN 96.3. You'll get video brought to you by Zach Lucan, and you'll get the audio broadcast along with the video, so you can tune in on a mobile device. You can beam it to your big screen TV and enjoy it at home. And hopefully we will bring you a Railer victory.
Or as they say, Mr. Krause says, do it the old-fashioned way and come to Roy S.
Yeah, exactly. Eisenhower looked to work with the ball there and got it underneath. And it was a short shot attempt, which was rebounded by Lincoln, and then a foul committed.
Whiteman checks back in for Hollinger now. 14 fouls for Eisenhower. 16-7, 5 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the first half.
Lincoln looking to move things. Looks like they're passing the ball a little bit quicker. Whoop! And Whiteman passed the ball over. Whiteman passed it over. Thought Frobe was cutting toward the corner. Frobe actually went the opposite direction, so turnover by the Railers. Eisenhower with the ball now, looking to work against the Lincoln pressure. They get it across midcourt. Eisenhower now, Cameron Rowe with the ball. Now they get it over on the wing. Brylan Phillips. Now they get it down in the corner where Froby promptly steps out to guard the shooter.
They continue to screen our bottom guys on the 1-2-2 and looking for that shot in the corner, which isn't always a high percentage shot. I think Walker hit one earlier in the corner, has missed a couple since, but they continue to try and screen our guys on the bottom.
Now they get it inside. Shot goes up and no good as shot was altered by Hamlin. Rebound was tipped out of bounds by the Railers. So
almost kind of feel that the Railers can really blow this thing open, Loyd. The Panthers struggle to score, it looks like. They're not a great shooting team. They don't have any inside game that can match the size with Jermaine. It's just a matter of time. The Railers got to get going here. But if they let Walker shoot it from the perimeter, you keep these guys hanging around now. 16-10 with a three from Walker.
Yep, that is Walker's 6th point. He leads Eisenhower on 2 3-pointers. Just getting ready to say, it felt like, didn't feel like we had a 9-point lead there at 16-7, and as soon as I was thinking that, we didn't. So Lincoln fails to score on offense now. They get it down court. London Cook with a long 3-pointer, and that pulls Eisenhower even closer at 16-13.
Yeah, a little 6-0 run here by Eisenhower with a couple of back-to-back threes.
So Lincoln with the ball now. Singleton trapped by a pair of defenders. Froby gets it over in the corner to Whiteman. Whiteman looks to move, gets it to Singleton underneath. He has the ball stripped out of bounds off of Eisenhower. And Lincoln will get it underneath. Froby looks to inbound. Gets it to Hamlin, back to Froby in the corner. Working against a zone this time from Eisenhower. They work it around to Whiteman. Now back to Singleton. Singleton over to Froby, who feeds Hamlin. Clear path to the basket. And 2 points. You knew it was a matter of time before that height advantage would come in handy.
Well, and Eisenhower tried to go for the steal on the pass, and then it was like you or I, not that we could have got up for the dunk, but we would have made that layup, I'm sure, after they went for the steal. Nobody on backside help against Jermaine and gets the easy three, or an easy dunk.
And that is Hamlin's first 2-pointer. And had a shot attempt no good by Eisenhower, and then looked like the shooter maybe committed a foul after, and he's trying to, if it was frustration going after the rebound, but whistled for a foul was Malachi Carson. That's his 2nd foul. Eisenhower with 5 team fouls now. 3:34 left in the 2nd quarter. Lincoln leads 18-13. Singleton with the ball moves into the front court as Lincoln looks to pad its lead here. Kirby with the ball now. Now Singleton with it up top. The top of the key to Froby in the corner. Looking for Whiteman and kicks it over to Ewald, who loads up for a 3-pointer. Rims out no good. There's Dylan Singleton with the rebound. He gets it to Whiteman at the top of the key. He drives down the lane, puts up the floater. He is bumped in the act of shooting. The shot goes down, and he will have a chance to convert the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Yeah, and another offensive rebound by Singleton just keeps that play alive. Loyd, and 4th offensive rebound for Singleton tonight, 5th rebound for the game so far, and it's just halftime. The guy's just active. Really has been a spark to this Railer. Not only rebounding, but team. I think he's picked up his offensive game a little bit lately here in the last week and a half or 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
And has been a little bit different of a player than we saw for about a month.
Yeah, we talked earlier on, I think it was the Muhammad Seymour game. We were talking about how the Railers had 3 double-digit scorers and how that made it tough on teams. It's been sort of an ebb and flow with some players heating up a little bit, some cooling off, and right now Dylan Singleton is definitely one of the former Lincoln Railer players.
Yeah, and it doesn't, like, he's not going to go out and get you 20 points, but he's going to get you 8, 6. Right now he's getting 6, 7 rebounds, had 11 last night. Probably 3 or 4 steals, and has been playing the whole game, Loyd, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, especially at the point guard position and at the point on the Railer press on defense. So Phillips was fouled there for Eisenhower, who connects on 2 free throws to make the score 21-15 in favor of the Railers. 2:40 left in the 2nd quarter as Hamlin gets a feed from Froby.
Yeah, great half-court screen and 2 screens on the bottom on the blocks, and then Hamlin comes up from underneath and there's a bullet pass from the top of the key for Froby right to Jermaine and a dunk right in the middle of the basket in the court. So yeah, great play call.
Straight down the middle. Usually Hamlin gets fed from one of the wing positions, but that one was basically from the free throw line and the top of the key. Just a bullet pass, as you said, Josh. So Lincoln leads 23-15, 2:05 left in the second quarter as Eisenhower connects on a three-pointer. London Cook gets his 8th point of the game to pull Eisenhower within 5 at 23-18. Lincoln now looking to work against Eisenhower's defense. Ewald feeds Singleton from the elbow.
Yeah, and that's where he's good. That's where he's been absent from there in the middle a couple times, and that's when it's been hard for the Railers to score against this 2-3, 1-3-1, whatever you want to call it. Singleton that time got to that free throw line, and it's easy for him because he's a good free throw shooter. He's good at that area from that range, and then they're up so much on Jermaine that he's got a wide open shot.
Yep. Eisenhower had the ball there, stolen away by Lincoln, and Eisenhower stole it back, missed a layup attempt, so now we're going the other way. Lincoln with the ball, 1:11 left in the first half here, as Caden Froby has it in the corner now. Lincoln looking to work it around. Now they get it to Froby, looks down to Hamlin, but he's double teamed. They look to reverse it now, back into Froby. Froby sends it across court to Landon Hollinger for a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer.
Nice ball rotation, nice ball movement. The ball went from side to side and then a skip pass, and I've seen the Railers throw more skip passes tonight than normal. That time it was Froby again on a skip pass right over to Hollinger, and we see him in the sophomores before the varsity games, and he loves that corner shot. That time it was Hollinger for a 3 right in front of us.
Yep, so that extends the Lincoln lead to 10 points at 28-18. Eisenhower with the ball, just under 30 seconds left here in the first half. They're looking for one shot. They will have the first possession of the second half as well. And now Singleton is whistled for a foul. And as Eisenhower's...
That's nothing hurt, though. Dylan, I know he's got 2 fouls, but only the 4th team foul on the Railers, so no bonus here for Eisenhower. So it's an aggressive play that maybe you get a steal, the refs don't call it, and you get a chance to, tip it away and get an easy score, or tip it away, get a steal, and take the last second shot of the half.
12 seconds left now. Eisenhower looking to do something with it. They've got it out on the wing now. Now they kick it over. Looking to get it inside now. Going against Hamlin now. Now they kick it up top. Long shot on the way. Off the front of the rim. No good. Lincoln corrals the rebound, and time expires in the second quarter here. So with the end of the first half of play, we have Lincoln at 28, Decatur Eisenhower 18. We'll send it back to the studios for some words from our sponsors, and we will come back with some first half stats.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, at this time, please welcome the senior members of the dance and cheer teams for their final performance at Lincoln Community High School.
as the Lincoln Railsplitters lead Decatur Eisenhower 28-18. We are at halftime of tonight's varsity contest. Let's run through the scoring very quickly here. As we said, Lincoln with 28 points. The Railers are led by a trio of shooters. Cameron Whiteman with 6 points. Dylan Singleton, 6 points. Caden Proby also has 6 points. Also scoring for Lincoln, 4 points for Jermaine Hamlin on a pair of dunks. 3 points for Landon Hollinger, as well as 3 points for Will Ewald. On the Eisenhower side of the ledger, they are led by London Cook with 8 points. R.J. Walker with 6. 4 points for Brylan Phillips. Railers led 11-7 at the end of the first quarter. They outscored Eisenhower 17-11 in the second quarter. That brings us to our halftime score, 28-18. We will be right back right after this. Josh said, has given up 18 points here in the first half. Railers as a team average 44.6, giving up 44.6 points defensively, while scoring 57.5 points a game. So we'll see, halftime is the time of adjustments, so we'll see what kind of adjustments the Railers make. Maybe try and get out on those perimeter shooters a little bit more. And we've got a half left of basketball, and it is, as we said earlier, senior night, so festive crowd here, honoring the senior basketball players, band members, dance team members.
Autographs and stuff after the game in the concession stand, so you get a free meal tonight, as well as everybody does.
Which is shocking because I don't see Joe Ryan over there on the clock. So
he's probably already in there.
That's a good point.
Checking it out, but yeah, we'll need to. I think at a point, Loyd, where you can put this young team. This is a young Eisenhower team with probably not a lot of experience out there. You can hammer them real quick here in the first couple minutes of the third quarter and get up on a 10-0 run, or you can allow them to stay close, and then with their three-point shooters that they've got, you never know what could happen.
Yeah, exactly. And neither team really has made a run here. I'm looking down the score sheet that I keep here, and each team has scored twice on consecutive possessions, but no one has run off like 3 or 4 consecutive possessions where they've scored. So see if Railers make some adjustments and can pull away here in the second half. We're going to go ahead and send it back to the studio for a final timeout, and we will come back with the second half of Railer basketball action. Lead Eisenhower 28-18. We're just beginning third quarter action here.
Get it. Attaboy.
And quick turnover by Eisenhower as Jermaine Hamlin did a nice job defensively cutting off the baseline. Led to a steal by Caden Froby. And now Ewald with the ball for Lincoln. Now Froby has it up top. Gets it over to Dylan Singleton. Lobs it over to Froby.
Yeah, I got to get a guy in the middle, Loyd. They're able to trap our top guys on the offense because we don't have a middleman.
Will Ewald with the three-point attempt, no good. And looks like we're going to have a foul underneath on Eisenhower as they look to seal off Hamlin, prevent him from getting the rebound. Looks like the foul maybe went against, is that Trent Whitelow that checked into the game?
Yeah, they got their starters, I believe, back in, and he was just holding Jermaine on that block out. Probably a little bit of what you teach, it's kind of a ticky-tack foul, I thought.
Now Whiteman loads up and hits the first Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer of the second half for Lincoln.
Yeah, nice pass there by the Railers, and was able to set up Whiteman, who's been looking a little more comfortable from the perimeter in the last couple games.
So that extends the Lincoln lead 31-18 now as Whiteman scores his 9th point, 7th, 8th, and 9th points of the game. 6:57 left in the third quarter. Thank you for listening here on WLCN 96.3 FM. Remember, you can check out live video of the game on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search WLCN 96.3. You'll see the images brought to you from our videographer, Zach Lucan. You'll get the audio of tonight's broadcast from myself and Josh Komnick. Now Lincoln with the ball. They steal it and get it up front to...
Yeah, timeout. Timeout Walker on a nice rebound there from Whiteman off the miss from Eisenhower. And then Will went flying down court. Nice over-the-head pass from Whiteman to Ewald. Ewald with a nice finish there with the left hand.
So Lincoln has run off the first 5 points here of the third quarter to extend its lead from 28-18 to 33-18.
Yeah, we talked about it, Loyd. We needed a run here in the third quarter. The Railers have done exactly what we wanted them to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Was a run here. 5-0, so to start, time to get another stop and try and go on another 5-0 run.
Yeah, exactly. We could, I guess we should have mentioned it sooner.
Yeah.
We had a bigger lead at halftime.
Don't listen.
So Eisenhower will inbound the ball, going the full length of the court here. 33-18, 6:33 left in the third quarter. Eisenhower working against the Railer press. They get it across midcourt with ease. Now they get it over Cook with the ball now. Moves over to Cameron Rowe. Rowe passes up top to Walker. Walker back to Rowe. Back to Walker. Long three-pointer. Off the back of the rim, no good. Hamlin skies for the rebound. Gets it out to Singleton. Singleton feeds Hamlin on the block. Back to Singleton for a layup. He hits the layup and is fouled in the process of shooting.
Yeah, nice pass by Jermaine, too. It was almost, you see all the Railers getting handoffs out front. Jermaine was tired of just watching all those guys do it. That time, Dylan was falling out of bounds along the baseline, threw it into Jermaine on the block, and then Dylan just keeps motoring, man, and he didn't stop. He cut, and a handoff from Jermaine to Dylan. Dylan up for the layup, got fouled, and was able to get the layup to go. So, great teamwork, great basketball there by the Railers.
And Singleton shooting 77.8% from the line this year. He's our second best free throw shooter. He will have a chance for the traditional three-point play here. Shot is up and rolls out. So the Lincoln lead now is 35-18. As Eisenhower looks to work against the Railer defense. Eisenhower looking to pass the ball around the perimeter now. Now they get it up top. Phillips has it. Phillips now gets it over to Walker. Back to Phillips.
Yeah, Phillips just a freshman, number 3. Not a tall guy, but well put together. Not a freshman body.
That's for sure. Eisenhower dribbles through the lane, has it knocked away, but recovers. Three-point attempt up and no good by Eisenhower. Will Ewald with the rebound.
Yeah, good job by Will going to that ball. He had 3 Railers right around the basketball. Singleton, Ewald.
And another nice feed inside as Hamlin gets 2 more points. Those are his 5th and 6th points of the night.
Ooh, blocked by Whiteman.
Now Lincoln with the ball now. Singleton looking to push it up.
About to open this up, Loyd. Oh!
Ewald has the three-pointer rim in and out, so it's 37-18. 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Lincoln on a 9-0 run here to start the third quarter.
Yeah, exactly what we needed to blow this thing open, and we about blew it open even more with a Ewald three-pointer.
Shot up and no good by Eisenhower. Lincoln corrals the rebound. Singleton walks it up against Eisenhower. Eisenhower dropped back into a zone defense.
Yeah, they'll go back to zone here and try and keep the ball away from Jermaine a little bit more.
Now Whiteman with the ball, lobs it for Hamlin. Stayed down, corralled the pass. Promptly slammed it through for 2 more points. That's 8 points for Hamlin now.
About as easy it gets there, Loyd.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
there wasn't an Eisenhower defender even close to coming to Jermaine to try and guard him, and that was smooth sailing for the big boy.
So 39-18 our score now, just over 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Lincoln up by 21 points. Eisenhower looking to do something on offense, trying to work against the defense. Now looks like Singleton will be whistled for his 3rd foul as he cut off the driving Eisenhower Panther. Noah Cook gets his first action of the night as he checks into the game here, replacing Singleton. Now Eisenhower inbounds the ball. They've got it up top. Over to Cameron Rowe. Rowe passes on the right side. Eisenhower looking to do something with it. Phillips up top now.
Yeah, yet to score here in the second half now. Almost 6 minutes down.
And Noah Funk is whistled for a foul. For a little body block or a body check on the Eisenhower Panther handling the ball.
Now Wyatt Collier checking in for Will Ewald.
So on senior night, senior Wyatt Collier along with senior Jermaine Hamlin in the lineup, along with Noah Funk, Caden Kroby, and Cameron Whiteman. 3:33 left here in the third quarter. 39-18, the Lincoln Railers on top by 21. As Eisenhower looked to do something with it, but
Throwing way out of
section.
bounds is not exactly what Coach Walker, I think, was looking for, but
Lincoln with the ball now. They get it over to Froby on the wing. Froby feeds Hamlin underneath. He kicks it back out.
nope.
Shot up no good by Lincoln as Collier misses. Froby corrals the rebound, but he is fouled. I believe it was by R.J. Walker. We'll double check the call here.
Yeah, third team foul on the Panthers from Eisenhower. 3 on the Railers. 3:11 left here in the third quarter. 39-18, the Railers up on a nice 11-0 run. Is that right?
That is correct. Now Lincoln with the ball is substitution for Eisenhower. Jalen Chargwis comes in for Walker. Now Froby loads up for a three-pointer, just a little bit short, follows his rebound, gets it, kicks it over to Whiteman across the court. He hits the jumper.
Yeah, nice job by Froby. He knew it was way short. A lot of times the shooter has the best idea where that rebound's going to go or how far, where that shot's going to go. And Froby knew exactly where it was going. Went and followed his shot, and then it was able to find Whiteman for an easy jump shot.
Yep, Whiteman has his 5th points of the quarter. He leads Lincoln with 11. Eisenhower with the ball as they look to inbound it now. 3-point attempt up and off the rim, no good. Froby bats the ball, gets the rebound, now looks to push. Going against 2 defenders, gets it up to Collier. Collier looks to drive. And Wyatt Collier with a nice layup on senior night.
Absolutely.
So 43-18 our score now as Collier gets into the scoring column. Lincoln whistled for another foul here as
13, Caleb Patton checks in, a 6'4" sophomore for the Panthers.
Eisenhower with the ball now, looking to cut into the Lincoln lead, which is now 25 points. And they've got the ball in the corner now. Chargwis with it, gets it over to Phillips. Phillips feeds inside, and a jumper up and no good by Eisenhower. Shot by Patton, no good. Now Whiteman with a nice bounce pass to Froby. Froby couldn't complete the shot, but he gets it to Hamlin, who puts the layup in.
Nice pass by Whiteman to Froby. Froby couldn't quite handle, a little behind him off the bounce pass, but then Froby found Big Jermaine cutting right down the middle of the lane, and I don't know exactly how many assists Froby has. My man Fitz down on the press row stats aren't working tonight, but I know it's got to be between 7 and 8, Loyd. He has been serving it up to players so far.
Absolutely. Hamlin hits the free throw to complete the 3-point play. 46-18 the score now. And Eisenhower promptly with a circus shot that goes in by Brylan Phillips. That's his first 2 points. That's Eisenhower's first 2 points of the second half here with 1:42 left in the third quarter. So good defensive stance by the Railers there. As Froby got slapped. We can hear that clear up here.
Getting a little bodied too.
Just a little bit. Now he looks to drive, puts it up, goes over the Eisenhower defender, and finally going to have a foul called as Kirby will go to the line now. Our leading free throw shooter.
Kirby with 6 points on the night.
Three-point attempt from the corner doesn't hit anything, but Phillips is underneath for a strong rebound for the Panthers. He puts it up, scores the basket, and is fouled in the process.
Phillips with 8 points right now for the Panthers. The freshman, one of not the only bright spot they've had, Loyd, continues to play hard, now giving 9 after he makes the free throw.
That makes the score 47-23, just over a minute left here in the third quarter. As the Railers with the ball, Looks like they're going to hold it up top here a bit, try and get the last shot. Lincoln will have the first possession of the fourth quarter, barring a held ball here.
Foul on Eisenhower up top now. The Panthers, well, both teams will have six fouls now, so either team will be in the bonus from here on out.
So Lincoln with the ball now. Hamlin has checked out of the game for Lincoln. Proby with the ball in the corner is fouled yet again and will go to the line as he's making his move. So Caden Proby shooting 83.4% from the free throw line, the leading Railer free throw shooter. He will go there with 45.3 seconds left. And the bonus attempt, no good. So Eisenhower with the ball, 43 seconds left in the third quarter. They move up quickly. Get it over in the corner now to Huron Reed. Reed, now they get it into Patton. Patton looks inside, forces a shot up, no good. Battled around by Lincoln. Whiteman saves it, back to Noah Funk.
Yeah, nice save by Whiteman and a nice battle under there with Postgame also. Those two guys were battling underneath on the boards and the Railers able to come away with it.
Yeah, so 14 seconds left, Lincoln with the ball. Looking to set up something offensively for a last second shot here.
Could be a backdoor here.
So get it up to Whiteman up top. Whiteman gets it over in the corner. Shot attempt up and no good by Wyatt Collier. Desperation shot by Eisenhower falls off the rim, no good. So after 3 quarters of play, Lincoln 47, Decatur Eisenhower 23. We'll send it back to the studio for this timeout and bring you fourth quarter action right after this.
And all are welcome to attend.
On senior night, Railers with the basketball as they look to extend their lead. We apologize to our listeners on the radio. We're having some technical difficulties here. We're trying to resolve those. But our YouTube listeners, thanks for sticking with us. Lincoln with the ball now as they look to weave it up top here and keep some time off the clock. Try and get a good shot here. Lincoln with the ball, and now finally a nice drive up and no good by Wyatt Collier.
Yeah, Wyatt staying with it though. Kick out to Funk.
And Funk, that's been money the past few games, not this time as the ball rolls off no good. Eisenhower with the ball, speeds up quickly, and that's Phillips with a quick layup. So 47-25 our score now. Lincoln with the ball underneath.
Yeah, nice move there by Funk. Funk on a full court dribble. Dishes it off to Postgame. Postgame goes up strong and finishes with the layup.
49-25 the score now as Lincoln is up by 24 points. Eisenhower with the ball now, looks to work it, get it out front. Shot in the corner, no good. Now it's rebounded on the ground. Players rolling around for it, and a timeout taken by Eisenhower.
Timeout taken by Eisenhower.
So with the score 49-25,
30-second timeout.
we will attempt to resolve our connection issues here. I want to thank those of you listening and watching on the YouTube channel.
Full 60 seconds.
Lincoln on top, 49-25. And thus far, The second half has gone pretty much as we hoped it would. We wanted Lincoln to kind of get out on the three-point shooters of Eisenhower, also assert itself offensively. And Railers began the third quarter by running off, I'll check my notes here, 18 straight points.
Yeah, so nice run there by the Railers. We talked about it at half, Loyd. We wanted them to come out and dominate and separate ourselves from Eisenhower. We didn't want them to give them any confidence, anything to want to hang around for. And really, the Railers did exactly that. They've given up a few points basically to Phillips. He's been about the only bright spot that they've had so far. But other than that, the Railer defense has looked good. The offense started to move the ball. We were able to get some easy baskets for Jermaine, whether he was posting up or cutting. And then we hit some shots from the perimeter. So nice start to the third quarter now. 6:30 here left in the fourth. The Railers up 49-25.
So Eisenhower with the ball now after the timeout. Calling the loose ball. They're looking to get it inside now. Phillips with the ball, goes up strong. Rebounded by Postgame for Lincoln. They get it ahead to Funk. Funk now looks to pass, gets it over to Landon Hollinger, and we're going to have an Eisenhower foul. As you mentioned,
18 fouls now on Eisenhower.
Hollinger at the line for the Railers.
Hollinger hits the first free throw. And he will get his second one.
Hollinger shooting one.
Nice job by Hollinger hitting a couple free throws there.
Eisenhower with the ball now. Looks to get the shot up. And here they go. Shot no good by Eisenhower. And it is rebounded as Eisenhower lost the ball. And again, we apologize for our technical difficulties here. We believe we have the connection back at the studio, so thank you to Paula Kodat for managing the engineering back at the studio. Thanks to our listeners for sticking around. I believe our YouTube folks got to listen to everything. So Lincoln is up 55-25, or 51-25 rather. 5:13 left in the fourth quarter. And Lincoln looking to add to its lead. Shot up and no good. Grabbed by Phillips for Eisenhower. They look to bring the ball up now. And shot up, or pass over to R.J. Walker now, who has the ball working against the Lincoln zone. He moves back out as Eisenhower resets. 4:50 left in the fourth quarter. Eisenhower still looking for a decent shot here. Content to take some time here, and pass swatted away by Cameron Whiteman. He gets it to Noah Funk, who has it taken away. Lobbed ahead to Phillips. Phillips puts it up and good for Eisenhower. So for Brylan Phillips, I believe that's his 11th point of the game. 13th point rather. And Eisenhower now is down by 24 points, 51-27, 4:17 left here in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer up.
Deep three.
Deep three-pointer by Noah Funk, up and no good. As Eisenhower looks to drive the Euro step move, and looks like going to get a foul whistled on, I believe it's Hollinger. No? I think it was Collier, maybe.
Yeah, and it really was one on five for Eisenhower. That's been a little bit of what it has been here as it's kind of gotten out of hand now. They've been looking to go not a lot of passes for Eisenhower, which hasn't worked out well for him in this second half. Now just putting up 10 points here so far with the Railers with a lot more, which has been nice. Loyd, we kind of put this thing away and get a chance to see some other guys out on the court. Now Tungate checks in for the Railers.
And so now Lincoln with the ball, just over 4 minutes left in the game. 51-29 the score now. Noah Funk with the ball finds Teammate underneath who kicks it back out for the three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Eisenhower. Eisenhower looking to push a little bit. And taking it all the way coast to coast is Cameron Rowe.
Yeah, that's pretty good defense there. I tell you, Hollinger does a really good job when he jumps up to keeping his hands straight up.
So good position or not, the referee I guess didn't agree with you, so Hollinger whistled for the foul. Yeah, that's his second foul. Both teams in the bonus here. 3:47 left as Lincoln leads 51-29. First free throw is up and no good by Cameron Rowe, a 5'11 junior for the Panthers of Eisenhower. Second shot up and good. So 51-30 with 3:43 left in the fourth quarter. Lincoln looking to add to its lead. Shot attempt by Wyatt Collier was stripped away. Eisenhower recovers the ball. They get it underneath to Rowe, who puts the power layup in. And they promptly steal the inbound pass. Brylan Phillips with a quick layup. And very quickly, the Lincoln lead has dipped down to 17 at 51-34. 3:11 left in the game. Now they get it underneath here as Seth Tungate got the entry pass, and I guess he's whistled for
jump ball
rather.
Yep. Eisenhower ball, and I don't know if it's an exact, what kind of looked upon play. Loyd, when you're up or down 25 points and still trying to press, and we take all our guys out. Now you're still got your starters in pressing our. That doesn't. If you're going to do it, why didn't you do it when we were, we had our starters in?
Yeah, exactly. So Eisenhower turns the ball over on a player control foul, as I believe it was Hollinger drew the charge. But now Eisenhower steals the ball back. Shot up, no good. Tipped around, no good. Wrestled out of there by Hollinger, who promptly loses his footing. And officials step in between the players, letting cooler heads prevail as Hollinger makes his way to the free throw line. So Hollinger was fouled going for the rebound.
Yeah, sent Hollinger to the free throw line. His going for points 6 and 7 tonight.
Yeah, so a nice night for Hollinger off the bench as he hits the first free throw. I hope your stats are working, because while I was trying to get us hooked back up here, my scorebook kind of
went haywire, huh?
Yeah.
Get too many things to worry about over there. I guess I should have been
that's all right.
picking up, but I was losing focus as the game was getting to 25 points. Now up 18, the Railers 52-34 with 2:38 left here on senior night.
So Eisenhower now back at the free throw line as Lincoln commits the foul. And at the line for Decatur Eisenhower is R.J. Walker. He is a 6'2 sophomore guard who has 8 points tonight after hitting those free throws. So 52-36 our score now. Noah Funk gets the ball underneath to Postgame. Postgame back out front to Collier. Collier to Funk. Now over to Tungate. And ball was stolen away by Eisenhower. And I guess we had a foul whistled against Funk, which will send R.J. Walker back to the free throw line. Oh, I guess it was against Tungate rather than Funk.
Yeah, foul after Seth threw the ball away. Fouled him as he went by, so we'll get step to the free throw line for a couple more here.
So Walker with his 9th point, I believe. And he misses the second free throw. Railers corral the rebound. 2:22 left. 52-37 the score. As an acrobatic catch at half court by Landon Hollinger keeps possession for Lincoln. And now we're going to have a foul whistled against Decatur Eisenhower.
Yeah, now Seth Tungate will step to the line. Both teams in the double bonus, and this has been a long, about 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's
we were flying by. Coach should have let it get to 30 so we could get the running clock going, and we would
have it a little bit earlier.
We would have been eating barbecue by now.
That's right. So Seth Tungate at the line for the Railers. He will have a pair of free throws. Tungate on the year. These are his first free throw attempts. First one rolls out.
So next Friday, Loyd, the Railers will be at Normal West for the final regular season game. And of course, we will have all the action. That's a 6 o'clock start on the sophomore level. 7:30, roughly 7:30 tip for the varsity.
Tungate misses the free throw. Eisenhower. Quick layup by Cameron Rowe, who's kind of taken control here for Eisenhower. 52-39 the score. 2 minutes left for Lincoln. Noah Funk with the ball, looks to drive. Acrobatic layup is up and good. He breaks the scoring drought for Lincoln. 54-39 the score. Long shot, no good off the rebound. Corralled by Lincoln. Postgame gets it. Postgame gets it ahead to Collier. Collier now over to Funk in the corner. Shot up, no good off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Collier, no good. Shot up by Tungate. But had a foul whistled, had a player poked in the eye. Just inadvertent contact, I believe. I guess there was a foul on the play. It wasn't just inadvertent contact. So making his way to the line for Decatur Eisenhower is R.J. Walker. Walker has 9 points on the night for the Panthers. 1:35 left here in the fourth quarter. 54-39 our score now. We thank those of you listening on WLCN 96.3 as well as WLCN online, and those of you listening through the mobile device on a Mixlr app. In addition, thanks to our viewers on YouTube watching our live stream. Again, you could go to YouTube, search WLCN 96.3 and see the action as well as hear the broadcast. 1:35 left as Walker hits both free throws to make the score 54-41 in favor of Lincoln. Lincoln looking to get the ball up. Now Singleton back in. I guess if Eisenhower's going to have its starters in, why can't we have our point guard in?
Yeah, so, still pressing.
So Singleton looks to run the point, and he's working against the defender. And we have a 5-second call.
That is a 5-second closely guarded call. It is going to be out now.
So Singleton was not able to advance the ball. So 54-41 the score, 1:17 left in the contest. Eisenhower with Rowe. Rowe gets it over to Phillips. Now back over to London Cook. Now back to kick it across court for a three-point attempt. No good. Bounce around, no good. Coming out of there, Cameron Rowe with it. He gets it in the corner for a three-pointer. R.J. Walker. Walker has 8 points here in the quarter, 14 overall for the Panthers. Got a full timeout, so let's go ahead and send it back to the studios for this message from our sponsors. Welcome back to Lincoln Community High School. 58.5 seconds left for the Lincoln Railsplitters Senior Night final home contest of the 2018-2019 campaign. 54-44 the score now. Lincoln was up by 23, I believe, 22, something like that. But Eisenhower, as the starters not giving up here and have whittled into the Lincoln lead.
Yeah, that's, you said it right there. They're not giving up. They just continue to press down. They didn't press when we had our starters in, but then they decided to press as we bring our reserves in and has brought Eisenhower back a little bit, I guess. I think Coach Al is okay with these guys getting some work in, but not sure that's how the way the coaching code is drawn up, if there is one.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. So Lincoln inbounds the ball after the timeout, and Noah Funk is fouled for Lincoln. So he will go to the free throw line for a pair of free throws. Lincoln in the double bonus. 50.9 seconds left. 55-44 our score now as Funk hits the first free throw. So just under a minute left. And Lincoln is up by a dozen, 56-44, as Eisenhower looks to push. Get the ball up front quickly. London Cook looks to make a move against the Lincoln defense. And looks like Lincoln is whistled for a foul as Drayden Postgame picks up his fourth foul. And at the line for the Panthers is number 1, London Cook, a 5'11 junior guard. He hits the first free throw, again with the double bonus. He is awarded the second and makes it a 10-point game again, 56-46, 44.8 seconds left. Lincoln inbounds the ball. They get it up front. Postgame with the ball, looks to pass it under the basket, but intercepted by Eisenhower. Eisenhower with the ball. They get it in the corner. 3-point shot attempt up and good by R.J. Walker. And a quick timeout by Eisenhower. So 60-second timeout. Let's go ahead and send it back to our studios for this timeout. We'll be back with hopefully the remainder of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Lincoln Community High School. The Lincoln Railers had a 24-point lead at one point, 47-23 at the end of the third quarter. Decatur Eisenhower has refused to go away, so it is 56-49 now, 33 seconds left. And if there's been an Achilles heel, Josh, for the Lincoln Railers this year, it has been this fourth quarter. I did some, played around with the stats a little bit. Lincoln in the first quarter averages 13.8 points a game, 14.5 in the second, 14.9 in the third. But then in the fourth quarter, they drop back down to 13.8 and give up 14.8, whereas they outscore their opponents in all three other quarters.
Well, I think, it's hard to say in this one, a little lopsided here with the Railers, not taking out their starters early and getting some time, and then Coach Walker from Eisenhower starts to pull the press on as we bring in our reserves, which normally doesn't happen. You can still play basketball, but you just don't usually press and change your whole strategy as when the reserves came in as you did the starters. So makes it a little more interesting here with 33 seconds left as Coach brings in Froby and Whiteman, I thought, was in there.
Singleton's in for Lincoln.
Okay.
So we do have two starters back to help handle the ball here against this pressure defense. 33 seconds remain. 56-49 our score now. The Railers up by 7. And Lincoln looks to inbound the ball. And we're going to have a little officials conferring here for a moment. Not sure what the discussion is about. I think maybe they're trying to figure out if they could run the baseline
or not. Yeah, I think you're right. And I don't know what the rule on that is. Can he? You know that? Since he called
according to that dude down there, he can.
He can? So. Okay, well, as long as that dude knows, then we should be all right with that.
So Singleton in the game, not only to help with ball handling, but also, as you might expect, once Lincoln got the ball in, Railers
I think they called one referee has a foul for Singleton, one referee has a foul for Froby.
There must have been some action away from the ball, as well as with Singleton handling the inbounds pass. But it is Froby who steps to the line, which is not a bad
person to replace Dylan with.
Exactly.
You had your two best free throw shooters, so take your pick. And Froby, I believe, missed 2 in a row earlier in the game, but then just knocked that one down.
Yep, so Froby hitting 83.4% coming into the contest. Singleton at 77.8, second on the team. Froby nails both in this case. 58-49 the score now. 26 seconds left. Step back three-pointer on the way. No good as it lodges into the rim. Froby shows his hops. And Dylan Singleton finally comes out of there and knocks it off the rim. So 58-49 the score, 22.8 seconds left as Lincoln gets possession on the held ball, and promptly Singleton is fouled by London Cook for Eisenhower. 21.4 seconds left as we're now at 58-49, a 9-point advantage for the Railers. Don't forget, Lincoln will be in action next Friday at Normal West. 7:30 start for the varsity game. 6 o'clock for the JV game.
Yeah, and that should be a good one, too. I think Normal West is, I know Danville is leading the Big 12, I believe, but Normal West has been up there kind of flirting with that 1 through 3 range all season long. I know Normal Community is pretty good. So it should be a highly contested game, which will be good right before our Tuesday matchup with either Lanphier or Clinton.
Absolutely. Eisenhower gets the ball.
Now decides not to.
Shot no good. And Lincoln with the ball now. 6 seconds left. And time ticking away. And Lincoln will come away with a 60-49 victory over the Decatur Eisenhower Panthers. So the Lincoln Railers move their record to 24-3 rather. And Eisenhower falls to 9-18 as the Railers are victorious 60-49. We will send it back to the WLCN studios and our engineer Paula Kodak to give you some words from our sponsors as we try to make some heads or tails of our stats here. We'll come back with a post-game interview with Coach Alexander following these important messages.
for the Railsplitters as they compete in the IHSA Class 3A Regional, as well as the Sectional. Railers have been assigned to the Southeast Sectional. Routing their way to the Sectional will be by way of the Clinton Regional. Railers will go ahead and play the first game of the Clinton Regional.
Wow, good to see you. I can't believe you were up here all the whole time.
That will be for them. Actually, be game 2 of that regional Tuesday night, February the 26th at 7 o'clock. Over at Clinton, Lincoln will take on the winner of Lanphier and Clinton. That game being played Monday night, the 25th.
Come back to Lincoln Community High School, Neil Alexander Court, where the Lincoln Railsplitters are victorious tonight, moving their record to 24-3 as they defeat the Decatur Eisenhower Panthers 9-18 on the year now. Final score of the game is 60-49. We'll run through the scoring very quickly here. For Decatur Eisenhower, pretty quickly. They only had 4 players in the scoring column. They were led by R.J. Walker with 17 points, followed by Brylan Phillips and 15 points. London Cook added 12 points for the Panthers, and Cameron Rowe with 5 points for a total of 49 for Decatur Eisenhower. On the Railers side of the ledger, they had 3 players in double figures, Cameron Whiteman and Jermaine Phillips, Jermaine Phillips with 11 points each, 10 points for Dylan Singleton, 9 points added by Caden Proby, 6 points by Landon Hollinger. Will Ewald adds 5 points for the Railers, 4 points by Noah Funk, 2 points by Drayden Postgame, and 2 points on senior night by Wyatt Collier to give the Railers a total of 60 points. The Railers led at halftime by the score of 28-18, led at the end of the third quarter 47-23, and final margin of victory is 60-49. We're going to send it back to our studios for a few more messages from our sponsors and eventually come back with Coach Alexander on the postgame show. You are listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
I was sitting there, I was like, all right, come on.
Welcome back to Lincoln Community High School, where the Lincoln Railsplitters are victorious 60-49 over Decatur Eisenhower. Railers led 11-7 after the first quarter, 28-18 at the end of the first half, 47-23 after 3 quarters, but then Eisenhower really turned up the heat in the fourth quarter, shall we say, outscoring Lincoln 26-13, but the Railers still come away with a 60-49 victory.
Yeah, the Panthers ended up not shooting the ball real well, and a lot of that was due to that Railer defense really extending out on the perimeter shooter, especially in that third quarter. The Panthers shoot 30% from the field. They were 9 of 27 from the field. They were 2 of 13 from three-point land. For 25%, and they were also but good from the free throw line. 11 of 13 from the free throw line for 87%. They had get my fresher here. Total rebounds were 23 for the Panthers. They had 6 assists on just 7 turnovers, no blocks, and 9 steals for the Panthers. The Railers, they shoot 21 of 44 from the field, so Railers didn't shoot the ball too bad from there. Not great in the three-point range, especially in the second half. Only 1 of 9 from 3 in the second half. Free throws were right there for the Railers, 12 of 18 for the Railers, 11 of 17 in the second half, so not great for the Railers in the second half on the free throw line. They did have 40 total rebounds, 10 of them offensive. Singleton with another nice night on the rebounding edge, 8 rebounds to lead the Railers, 7 for Hamlin, and then 6 for Froby as well. Total assists for the Railers, 14. Froby had 5 of those. Turnovers, 15 for the Railers, so a little uncharacteristic, but I think a lot of that was when the coach put some of the reserves in that haven't seen some of that playing time against that kind of competition, which led to some more turnovers. But 4 blocks and 5 steals for the Railers.
Yeah, so we are joined now by head coach Neil Alexander of the victorious Lincoln Railsplitters. Coach, had a 10-point lead at halftime, 28-18, but then you come out and score the first 18 points of the second half, 18-0 run to get a comfortable lead, and then fourth quarter, as Josh and I were talking, some maybe unorthodox strategy employed by your opponent there, but able to still squeak out the victory here and come away with another win.
Well, you know, maybe we should have went a little bit farther than what we did. I mean, it was a quarter and a half where we got some kids some time, but those kids have been working all year, and I've struggled to find them time, and those kids deserve to get on the court as well. So we were looking for playing time there, and some of them got some good quality time, and I'm happy for them.
Yeah, Coach, it was another, as we've talked about at halftime and even before the game, it was something new as far as 12 games or 13 games, this Railer team coming off a loss. How would they respond? And your thoughts on the first half and then a little bit into that third quarter?
Well, I thought we were a little sluggish, but the way we have to play our defense, you know, we allow teams to be able to play close and be able to do those things. And, you know, I thought we'd done some different things. You know, we got up and pressured a little bit more this third quarter, and our guys got out, and then, you know, we started scoring, which made things flow a little easier. It's always easy when you get into a relaxed mode and you can just go get it. And I thought we had some good ball movement, and I still think we had some decisions that weren't very good, but we'll spend some time on some tape. We got all week to do that, to where we're not playing Tuesday and Friday, Saturday. Our next game's next Friday, so we'll have a lot of time to work on some things and try to iron some things out.
Well, really, it's been a long week too, Loyd. I mean, you know, game Tuesday and 2 on the weekend is not necessarily normal. We've had a couple weeks of a row in that, so a lot of games in a short amount of time without a tournament here in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, you know, we last 2 weeks we've had 6 games, so you know, and you know, at this time the kids would rather play.
Yeah.
Rather play, and you know it as a player that you'd rather play games and practice, and for us it's really because we can get, and you know, we've had some really good opponents here in the month of February, so it's helping us get prepared for the postseason, and we're going to need everything, you know, once we get to regional play a week from Tuesday night. You know, playing the quick teams and the pressure teams and everything. So, you know, we'll continue to try to get better.
So as you mentioned, regionals coming up, but you do have that game against Normal West before that. Have you had a chance to look at tape on them at all, or video of them at all?
Well, you know, no, we got a week to do that, and you know, at this point in time in the season, you really worry about what we're doing, and we will spend a little bit of time of watching their tape, but we will also start spending a lot of time on our future regional opponents. So, you know, we need to scout. We take a look at, you know, if you win the regional, who you're going to play, because you need to get out and see them play. So Tuesday night, we'll probably be all over the place trying to figure out our opponent. We've got to cut down to where, it's either going to be Lanford or Clinton, the first game, and then, Taylorville, QND, which we will wait and see, probably the regional game. If we win the regional, there's a good chance that Effingham could be an opponent. But you also got Albany, who was 21 and 22 and 4. And that would be a first-round opponent. And they're playing Mattoon Tuesday night. So Urbana's another one.
That'll be a fun drive.
Where?
Olney and Mattoon.
Well, it's at Mattoon. So.
Yeah, even more fun.
Albany's, we might have to stay overnight.
Yeah, exactly. Get to see if Glenn can fly you down there.
I'll send you with Glenn.
No thanks. No thanks. Well, Coach, senior night, you've gone through quite a few in your career here at Roy S., and you get 2 of them, and also 2 student assistant managers that have been with you for a long time. And talk a little bit about those guys.
Well, the players, this was a tough night because it's their last home game, and you've been around them for 4 years, and we spent a lot of time together, and and Jermaine is, the improvement that he's made over 4 years, and watching him play and grow, and and I've said it to you guys that his basketball is probably still 5 years down the road, and I think he's going to be a really, really good player. Wyatt came out and this year after setting out last year, and when you sit out a year, it's really tough. But Wyatt is a player that comes every day to practice. He wants to just play basketball, and that means that he'll hop over on the scout team and anything to play and help us get better. And people don't understand how important those type of players are to your basketball team, because they are a part of the team. Even though they don't get on the court a lot on game nights, they're very, very important as you prepare and so forth. And Wyatt loves to play. He's a great individual. It's been a joy being around him, and I only wish he would have played a year ago. My two guys, the student assistants, Evan and Virat, both of them make my life easy. They do a lot. They're the last ones to leave the gym. They clean up. They take stuff down and help get things that I don't have to do, and I don't have to worry about it. So we've got to try to find a couple replacements there to help out Trent, because Trent's learned the ropes, and he does a great job as well, and but he's going to need some help here in the next couple years.
All right, very good. So Lincoln Railers, as we said, victorious 60-49. Coach, I guess we will talk to you next on Cheap Seats Saturday morning. And
Friday night.
Or no, we got the game Friday night. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
And 7:30 start on that game. So we will see you at Normal West and hopefully wrap up the regular season with a win.
And it's sad. We set up here talking about the Thanksgiving tournament, and people don't understand. I mean, time. This is a small portion of the kids' life, and we just want them to, and hopefully they've had a great experience, and we'll have something to really go back and talk about, and hopefully they'll always be a proud Railer.
Well, I think with a 24-3 record this year and another conference championship, you definitely have given them some good memories that they'll carry with them down the road. So
we're wanting a step farther, and and this group, I think, is they're to the point now where it's time to really get focused for the regional, and try to get things set up. You got to take them one at a time. You got to have luck when the state tournament, and so hopefully we had our bad luck last night.
Yeah.
But we had some really good luck as well for a couple weeks. So, and it's also, we're close by. Hopefully the crowd, and I thought we had another good crowd tonight, and I just hope that they'll follow the kids into the regional over to Clinton, and let's fill Clinton gym up and help these guys win a regional. It's been since I think 14 since we've won a regional.
Has it?
The state
sounds
tournament
right,
team
yeah.
is the last team to win a regional. So we need to be able to step up and try to take and get one this year.
Yep.
But our fans and Railer Nation is very important to us, and hopefully they'll be there to help these guys achieve that goal.
All right, that sounds good. That's victorious Coach Neil Alexander. Thanks for joining us, Coach, and we will see you on Friday night.
Thank you.
All right, so that is going to wrap it up here from Lincoln Community High School. 60-49 was our final score. Lincoln victorious over Decatur Eisenhower. Railers moved to 24-3 on the year. Eisenhower drops to 9-18. Our next broadcast will be Friday, February 22nd at 7:30 p.m. as the Railers travel to Normal West for a 7:30 varsity contest. Any final thoughts, Josh?
Nope. Let's head into the cafeteria, Loyd, and enjoy the senior festivities and wrap it up early and get ready for a slim week next week, just a one game, and then we're into regional play, which amps up the excitement just a little bit more.
Exactly. That sounds like a good deal. So we will go ahead and wrap it up here from Lincoln Community High School. We want to thank our listeners for listening on WLCN 96.3 FM, WLCNonline.com, as well as through the Mixo app. Thanks for tuning in on the YouTube live stream. We want to thank our studio engineer, Paula Kodat, our videographer, Zach Lucan, and as we said, we will be on the air again Friday, February 22nd with a 7:30 varsity contest against Normal West at Normal West. And be there if you can. If you can't, be sure to tune in to WLCN or on YouTube. We want to thank all our listeners, thank our sponsors for sponsoring. Again, thanks to Paula Kodat in the studio and Zach Lucan for videoing. For Josh Komnick, this is Loyd Kirby. Thanks for listening, and thanks for listening to Railer Basketball.
My goodness.